What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm bringing you guys even more amazing games featuring the Crit Master himself, Stoutland. We still have Rillaboom, Galarian Articuno, Gigalith Dusclops, and last but not least, Focus Sash Kartana. In the game we showed off yesterday, we showed off a bunch of super high level ladder. We're still kind of hanging around that like rank 600, rank 700, so it means we're only fighting people that are making that serious rank 1 push. So hopefully you guys are liking a little bit more of these serious games. I want to direct you guys through the question today, and that is, can we actually still continue the 100 plus like train? We've been doing it for most of the week so far, and I would really appreciate if we can get to 100 likes. And let me know what like number you were. Are you lucky number like number 1? Are you number 100, or are you maybe number 69? You know, let me know in the comments below. We're gonna hop right into the games. We have a ton of really cool games to show you guys today. I hope you enjoy all of them. Let's get right on into it. Here we go. Alright, Whimsicott, Cinderace, Urshifu, Indeedee, Regieleki, Charizard. Sounds like a job for Gigalith. I'm just gonna leave with Gigalith and Stoutland. I think this is a job for them. Stoutland and Gigalith seem busted here. You got no Intimidates, you got no... Well, you do have a Fake Out. You have a little bit of Ally Switch potential, a little bit of Speed Control, a lot of Speed Control. Is Cart good here? Articuno can definitely come. I need one more Mon. I think you just bring Rillaboom for, like, Terrain Control. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds Rillaboom, man. I would love it if I could, like, Ancient Power Charizard. It's, like, one of my dreams, the Ancient Power Charizard. So let's see what he leads with, but I think Gigalith Stoutland can be really, really good here. I think we can actually, like, one-shot that Cinderace with Stoutland, so that'd be dope. And I'm, like, not afraid of Whimsicott either. So we'll see what he actually wants to go with. Regieleki is slightly problematic, but I think I one-shot it, right? And so if he leads, like, Regieleki Zard, like, Gigalith's about to be getting in there. If he leads with, like, Indeedee, I can one-shot that. And it's not going to be maxing, it's probably just used for, like, Expanding Force or Ally Switch or something. Or maybe, like, Imprison Trick Room. This team definitely seems like he might be Indeedee to imprison our Trick Room. Because, like, he doesn't have a good answer for Clops other than Urshifu Dark. Whimsicott Lucky. Are you going to, like, Tailwind? Wait, do I even need to max here? I'm actually, like, looking at this, like, part of me really wants to, like, just max Quake that Lucky and after you it. Yeah, I think that might be the sauce. Actually, I don't even need to do that then, do I? I can just go Surf. Yeah. Go for your Tailwind, bro. He could just be switcherooing me, too. Oh, if he's switcherooing me, though, like... If he switcheroos... Oh, that's a weird play. He has to be switcheroo. He has to be. There's no other reason why he would lead with this. So if that's how he's going to do it, he's going to switcheroo my Gigalith. I actually want the Whimsicott down, so I'm just going to Iron Head it in case he doesn't do that. In case he's just Tailwind. I don't necessarily mind Dynamaxing my Stoutland. I think Stoutland is still really, really good. And I think we outspeed Lucky if you're going for a switcheroo as well. So, like, I think this might be the right play. But I can't go for the Surf because it would just proc my Gigalith's, like, eject button if he is switcheroo. You gotta be able to scout those things, right? You gotta think about what about that lead makes it actually good. Switcheroo. See, it's almost like I play the game. And I think you're hitting the Gigalith. Like, you're expecting Gigalith hitting the eject button. Perfect. That's, like, so good. So we're going to be able to probably Oko the Lucky. Or at very least Clock Sash. So that thing's gone. Whimsicott's gone. Like, we get another crit. Yo, this Stoutland is a crit machine. But I'm rewarded for that play. Like, how many guys would have scouted that? How many guys would have scouted that? That's what you get by playing Pokemon every day. You get that I don't even... Oh, he's still gonna go. Nice weakness policy, though. I guess it's that muscle memory, but for VGC. Because you gotta think about it. Like, in that situation, you know he was going for switcheroo, either Volt Switch or probably Electro Web. And so, yeah, I have an eject button, but, like, at this point in the game, eject button's actually kind of nice, right? Like, I get to reset my sand? Yes, please. So, Cinderace. I can one-shot that. Probably. And Zard, maybe? Indeedee. Alright, that kind of sucks. Let's see. So Psychic Terrains. Let me think about what I actually do want to do here. Like, which of these is more of a threat? Because I think I can one-shot either of them. I think you actually just one-shot the Entity with a Max Strike, and we just keep the Rock Slide in case he decides to Airstream. He's probably just running, though. He hasn't maxed it. He still has shots. He has not maxed yet. But the power of Stoutland, man. Such a good mon. Yeah, I think he's going to max the Cinderace, and I really hope that Entity is not sashed. But if it is sashed, he's still going to go into the Sandstorm, right? And if he's going for, like, what is it? I don't think he can OHKO our Stoutland with, like, a Max Nuck. Even, like, Max Nuck plus, like, an Expanding Force might not be able to do it. I thought about switching out Gigalith for, like, Rilla to take away the terrain. But we'll see. I want to go after the Entity, though, because I feel like Entity's just more of a threat. There's the Sash. Never lucky. He is going to get ticked out. He is going to get ticked out, though. When he's going to, like, trigger me. But Max Strike's huge here. It makes it so, like, Articuno can just come in. Steel Spike into the Giga. Yo, that works for me. That totally works for me, my guy. Unless you're hitting the Stout one. He's hitting Stout one. Okay. So he's going to be using Expanding Force. It shouldn't KO my Stout one. I don't think that it does. And then he's going to become a Steel type, which is a pain in my butt. And he's orbed, so he's going to take Sandstorm damage. So that one hangs on. Let me think about how I want to do this. What do I have in the back? I have Articuno and Rilla. Those are garbage. Yeah, it's going to come out with the Articuno. It's better than nothing. And the thing about Rilla is, like, I'm eventually at the... He has 2 turns left of his max. Right, so I'm just gonna be able to come in and just end his life force. Let's see though. We do outspeed it. I'm just gonna keep my strikes up. This is such a weird looking turn, but I think because we have 4 mons and he has 1, I think we should be able to get it done. But holy moly, this is gonna be a hard one. Should probably just max guard protect this turn if I'm being completely honest, but I don't want to be getting any more boosts. That's still good enough damage. It makes it so, like, if he does decide to start Airstreaming, he's still, like, super, super slow, which is good for me. And I can also just roll some good stuff. Articuno, show me what you got. Oh, we got it! That's the first time I've, like, ever frozen anything with a Freezing Glare. That's, like, the first time I've ever frozen anyone with a Freezing Glare. We take those. We be taking those all the way to the bank, yo. Stoutland busted. Giga Impact busted. I'm just gonna do it. Giga Impact, Freezing Glare, long hair swinging. Do. Anyone knows the end of that song? Shout out to anyone knows the end of that song. All right. What a fun game. Oh man, and we're on like high-low ranked. We're on like top 1,000 ranked. So that's really, really cool to see, like, this team actually put in that work. How do I deal with the Ghost Horse? Ghost Horse is a little bit problematic for this team, I would say. Like, he can Will-O-Wisp, but it can also, like, just Dynamax and destroy my life. So, let's see. What do I actually... I think I'm going to lead Articuno. I actually think I want to lead, like, Articuno Gigalith, because I think Gigalith is just really, really good versus, like, Rotom, versus Regieleki and things like that. I think we're going to bring the Stoutland. And I do like Rillaboom here, but I think that Cart might actually be, like, how we win just because we're sashed. And I think that, like... I think we're going to be able to steal a victory because we have Sash Cart. Like, Sash Cart is so good versus Urshifu. It's so good because they're like, ha, I'm going to trade my Sash. And, like, they're going to hit, like, I'm going to hit them. They're like, ha, I'm Sash. They're going to hit me back. And I'm like, ha, I'm Sash, but I still outspeed you. And then I just get them next turn. It's great against Ice Horse, too. You know, they go for the big Ice Horse attack. And, like, you come with a massive Smart Strike and just do so much damage. Even against, like, the Ghost Horse, we do probably over half against a Dynamax Ghost Horse with the Cart. Obviously, we're not too great versus, like, Rotom Heat. But, you know, we're just as useless as, like, a Rillaboom is. You know, we have a Stoutland if we want to max that thing. We have Articuno with the Ancient Power going for Rockfall. So, I think we have shots, but we do have to, like, know what they're going to Dynamax with, know when they're going to Dynamax, and once we know all that stuff, we can then choose our own Dynamax. I think this is definitely going to be like more of a reactive Dynamax game, unless they just lead incorrectly and we can get Airstream boosts. Like, if they lead incorrectly, like, I'll do it. Let's go. It's Ice Horse. Okay, that's weird. It's not weird. It's good. I actually like this. So the sand is up. So Sand, again, really being good versus Eviolite Mons. Being super good versus Eviolite Mons, actually. I'm about to just... I will Rock Slide for sure. But like, I'm thinking of Steel Spiking. I think I actually am going to Steel Spike the Clefairy. I don't want to Rock Slide. I don't want to proc that yet. He's going to go for an Ice attack into the Articuno. I know this. I just want that Ancient Power proc so freaking bad. You know, let's actually nuke the Clefairy this first turn. And if he punishes it by switching it out protecting, he's just the better player, obviously. But if I can get the defense boost on my Gigalith, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with that. Freaking crazy horse monstrosity. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get lucky and he'll proc our policy. But I think he just hit the Articuno. So we'll see. I know I said I didn't want to max, but like, I also want defense boosts on my Gigalith. That'd be pretty dope. And if he brings in something like a Rotom next turn, but I get a KO on the Clefairy, then I'll just bring up my Stoutland, and I'll go after you, Rock Fall into the Rotom, reset the weather. Like, I'll be in a good spot, I think. How much protecting? Oh, he's so good, chat. You ever seen someone as good as this guy? I don't think I've ever seen anyone be as good as he is a Pokemon. Freezing Glare gonna get blocked up. I think it's crazy when people do that. Like, he's not even maxing his Ice Horse. He's Swords Dancing. What a Pog champ. Holy moly, that's greedy. And then next turn, he'll go for the Follow Me. Steel Spike give me a defense boost, though. That's nice. Does a good amount. This turn, we nuke the Ice Horse. Force the Follow Me. Because, like, we can still get the Freezing Glare. It's a proc. Yeah, I think Protect Fairy is a great play, though. This will force the Follow Me. And we don't know if his item is like a Life Orb or anything else either. We know it's just not vested because he's Swords Danced. Should I be Rock Falling? I don't think Rock Fall KOs Clefairy. It might. If he goes for the Follow Me. If we even get a chance to use it. I do think it's the right to just go for the Rock Fall here. It's a lot more damage. And if he does go for the Hailstorm onto our Articuno, this will reset my Weather Mode when I bring out Stoutland next turn. So we'll see it. See, he technically has a Swords Dance right now. He's probably going to max it. I wouldn't be surprised to see, like, max Follow Me, right? Just fodder your Clefairy, and then, like, see what happens. He'll be able to get one of my Mons deleted guaranteed. I don't think Ice Horse one-shots Gigalith at +1, though. Even at +2, I don't think you one-shot a Gigalith. And then you'd be proccing my policy. And if I do take out your Clefairy, then I can just bring out my Stoutland, and I got you. I got you. So let's see it. He is maxing. I also don't think I one-shot that thing either with like a policy proc too. So we'll see. Ice Horse Rodeo. He's gonna go for the double protect in this Clefairy. No, it's fine. Cool. Hopefully I can take this thing out with like Gigalith and Articuno. That'd be really unfortunate if I didn't. So Articuno popping the Freezing Glare. Let's see who he's actually hitting. Like, he might not hit the Articuno, because he might just bring out a Pokemon that, like, hard checks it. Like, he is Steel Spiking. I think he's going to... Oh, he is hitting. Okay. That's actually super, super smart. He's going to get a Chilling Day boost and a defense boost here. That's so, so smart from him. But what he doesn't know is I will crit. I really thought he was going to not do that. I'm actually... That's such a good play. That just shows, like, the level of play that's, like, different on the higher parts of the ladder. Like, yeah, I could have went for the Steel Spike there and gotten another defense boost. But I really thought that, like, he was going to either switch the Clefairy out or play it just differently. And so I went with the play to I went for the safer route of maintaining my weather. And I just got, like, super punished for it. Cart's good. These are both good here. I think you actually want the cart. Unless, like... Let's try the Stoutland. We might as well try and max out the Sand while we can. Like, if he brings out Rotom here, Rotom Will-O-Wisp would just end me. So, like, we gotta be able to deal with that. And like I said, I do think that Cart is really, really good later parts of this game. Urshifu. I mean, I could just get rid of it, right? Let me think about this. This is probably the most important turn of this game. Like, I could after you, but I won't be able to kill it. So, like, I actually want to say, like, I should just Giga Impact the Urshifu and go for a Rock Fall. I think that's my only shot at this point, because the Urshifu's probably going to go into the Gigalith anyways. Sorry, the Stoutland anyways. But this gets him off me a little bit, and if he's not sashed, he probably gets KO'd. Like, Silk Scarf, Giga Impact, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. I wonder if he'll be expecting it. And the Ice Horse has a defense boost, but the Urshifu doesn't. He knows. You're dead. Is it Ghost Horse? You still might die. I'm down. Higa Impact. Boom! Yo! I bet you he's Hailstorming this turn, though, just because, like, I think that might be sashed. And he wants to preserve his Urshifu sash as long as possible. That's a great play for me, I feel. Like, Rotom was the thing stopping my Kartana from being amazing. And remember, we've reset the weather, right? And we're actually we are gonna get a hit onto this Ice Horse. Like, if I crit, he done so. If I crit, he gone. I crit, you gone. Boom. Big damage. Alright, well, we didn't crit. And he's not gone. But the weather's back. Just like the way I want it to be. Take that Sandstorm damage. We'll do anywhere else, Chief. We got Cart. That was about as good as that could have went, I think. I took out a Rotom Heat for free. Press the delete button on that thing. Urshifu's back. It's Urshifu Dark, so Cart doesn't like automatically one-shot it. And he still has one turn left to max. That's the part of this that sucks. Sucks big time. I mean, if I crit the Urshifu, I can get him. And I can't protect against either of these, so there's no reason. So, like, we might as well, I think, just go for the big damage on the Urshifu. This is our only real shot. We are going to get the damage into the Urshifu, though. He's probably scared of, like, Sacred Sword, but I just don't have it, you know, because we're a Sword Stance set. So we have to, like, crit Leaf Blade to potentially even deal with this Urshifu. I'm really surprised that, like, Wise Goggle, or Safety Goggles Urshifu never caught on. I've always thought that that would be a really cool set. Max Guard. Bro, I'm making the right plays. The right plays for days. He's going to be out of max turns. He's trying to close combat. He's going to close combat my Cart. I told you. What did I say in that team preview? What did I say in the team preview? I said, the Sash will win me the game. As long as we can take this Urshifu out with our Rock Slide, I think we got him. Don't miss. Don't you miss. That's right. We got a Rock Slide again. Because he's going to get... Well, actually, do I? I should double protect. I can't protect. It's a fucking Urshifu. We're going to Smart Strike the Ghost Horse, though. Sorry, the Ice Horse. Smart Strike there. It won't pick up the KO. Smart Strike. Hits my Cart. And then his horse hits my Gigalith, and I probably just die. He's at +4 attack, chat. I can take out the Urshifu, and then he takes out my Cart. But if he doesn't take out Cart, like, hold on. If he takes out the Cart there, then I get an attack with Gigalith. I think if I just get one attack in, I got it. So, like, I actually want to say we just go for the Smart Strike into that Urshifu. No, I'm doing it what I want. I'll be bad. I'll be bad. I'll play it completely standard. I could have took that Urshifu out right now. I think this is the right play. Oh, so close. Because if he's hitting, like, he has to hit the Gigalith right now, by the way. I think I should have took the Urshifu out. I thought he was going to protect. I think he was banded. Like a miss. We got so close. I think if I took the Urshifu out, this is what I'm looking at. If I take out the Urshifu with the Cart, I get a second Beast Boost, right? And I get my Rock Slide. I just get the Rock Slide. Because he has to take out the Cart. And if he doesn't take out the Cart, well, then I get my Rock Slide off, right? Like, if I took out the Urshifu and you take out my Gigalith, I would then just hit his Ice Horse. And if I hit the Urshifu and he takes out my Cart, well, then I still get my Rock Slide. And the thing is, like, I don't know if Rock Slide would have taken it out, but I don't disagree with going for my Smart Strike there either. Because, like, he had +1 defense, but, like, I'm super happy with the way that game went, even though we lost. Like, what a good game. Zapdos, we meet again. My nemesis, the great Zapdos. Zapdos is so hard for this team to deal with, because, like, it's just so good. If we have to have an Airstream up already, I know that, like, a Max Rock Ball from this Articuno does about 65 to 70% to Sweeper Zapdoses. So, like, couple that up with the Sandstorm chip and, like, the Life Orb chip. He goes down to a Grassy Glide after that. Potentially, like, 1.5 Grassy Glides. So, like, maybe just something a little bit extra. But I do think that Articuno's a great lead just to get that Incineroar off of me. Do I want to go Stoutland? I actually think I might try Stoutland. And then we switch in the Gigalith. And Stoutland might be able to just trade with that Zapdos really, really well. And I think that you still go Cart. Cart's so good, especially because they have a Mungus as their redirection. We're going to try this. I think this team is a bad matchup for me. Just because Zapdos is really hard to deal with it. You know, even Ice Horse, you know, we fought against Ice Horse a little bit earlier. Ice Horse is a really hard matchup. But, you know, we'll see what they want to go with. You know, they have a Trick Room option as well. I have a little bit of a Trick Room option. We'll see who comes out on top. If they give my Articuno some procs, though, like, I'll one-shot that Zapdos. Oh, he just led with it. That's so dope. Alright, what do I actually do here? I think I can one-shot Amoonguss with my boy. Do I just try to one-shot it with my boy? I'm gonna one-shot it with my boy. Let's go. Come on, Stoutland. I've gotten so many crits with this Stoutland, man. I think that either A, Stoutland's busted and all it does is crit, and that's awesome and it makes it the best Pokemon, or just maybe I might have an unrealistic imagination of how much damage this Pokemon should be doing because all it does is crit. So when we don't KO this Amoonguss and he doesn't Rage Powder either, and we just goes for like a Spore on my Stoutland, it's gonna be game. Speaking of Stoutland, there's a little dog in my room. Little dog, little dog. He left, though. It's a sign. Our little dog's name is Marley. He's going to be 12 years old on January 1st. He's going to be ancient. Alright, Stoutland. Did he not max the Zapdos yet? Alright, let's see it. He's be maxing it, like, right now. Survey says he is maxing it. Even if he Airstreams here, first of all, he'd be Airstreaming a Gigalith or Max Lightninging a Gigalith, which, like, I'll take those. And we still outspeed with Stoutland. Like, I have to KO this Amoonguss, like, right now, though. Like, part of me, like, hopes to see Rage Powder. So, like, next turn I can just do the same thing. It's like, well, next turn I got you. Next turn, you're mine, Chief. Because Zapdos doesn't really like fighting Gigalith either. He didn't Rage Powder, so we have to crit him. Crit it! Oh, see, I told you! I did not tell you. Did not tell you. Unrealistic expectations. Zapdos is now a little bit slower, though. Max Lightning. Dope. We soak that. And then he's going to Spore my Stoutland slot. And I'm going to be super sad. But it's not over yet. He is taking that chip. He has that speed drop. Oh, yeah, Electric Train. He's a fool. I was a fool. Look at how foolish you are. Don't you feel foolish? We take those. Let me think about what I want to do then. Do I want to switch the card in? Because he's just going to hit the Gigalith again. I think we just Max Strike and just let the Gigalith die. He has that in Sin. I think you actually Max Strike the Zapdos slot this turn. If you want to switch your Sin in, go for it. Yeah, you have Regenerator. And I don't want to switch my like Articuno in that slot. That's not the sauce. I'll take the Intimidate. You can still hit that Gigalith slot, then I'll just be able to bring out a Pokemon that doesn't suck. And then I'll win. That's how I win. This is actually going to be good damage versus Zapdos. Yeah, it's good damage. I'll take it. Got speed control. Zapdos is a -2 right now. Big slow. Max Lightning numero dos. Gigalith goes down. I have a Cart. Not amazing. And Articuno. Carticuno. Arctic Kuno. He'd Airstream here. It would force the Airstream. You gotta bring the Articuno out. I think saving that cart in the back is gonna be the sauce for how we win. I'm gonna think about this. I can KO that Zapdos with Ancient Power. I'm like relatively sure. So we have to protect this last turn out. And I almost want to say we just go for a Max Strike into the Incin. Just get that big damage. Next turn, go for a Giga Impact on it. And then KO the big Zap. I wonder if he's like parting shotting. Max Guard, yo, we take those. I wonder if he's parting shotting my Stoutland. That'd be kind of good for him, I think. Because he'd be able to come right in with the Amoonguss again. Yeah, that's a good play. That's a good play. Because I don't think I can take that Amoonguss out. Good thing is, though, like, we do have to... If we do reset, like, our Stoutland... Because we're at, like, -2 right now. Let's get him with the Amoonguss. Freezing Glare would KO. He knows I have the Zapdos, too. Not Zapdos, the Articuno. So I wonder if he'll actually do that. Urshifu. Take that chip damage, Chief. He takes it before me, so he's full speed Reno. Bruh. It might be time for, after you. It just might be time for an after you. That'd be so good, right? Zapdos gonna switch, right? Is he gonna switch? If I wasn't intimidated, I would just Giga Impact you. Which of these is more of a threat, actually? Like, if I go for that, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Let's do it. Don't you dare sucker punch me. Yes! Yo, I just gotta hit this. I just got to hit this move. Don't sucker punch me. I will hate you. Are you gonna sucker punch me? You saw that you're faster. You don't even have to. Just do it. Just go for a Wicked Blow. Wicked Blow. Sucker punch would have already went, right? No, I'm faster. Oh! That's right! Let's go! Let's go, Articuno. And we got the proc on our competitive, sorry. We got the proc on our competitive. Oh my goodness. We be taking those. Alright, we still have a 1 though because there's a Zapdos. Zapdos gonna come out right now. It's faster than my Articuno. Turns on Sandstorm are Uno. And our Gigalith is not here. This is so greedy, but I think you have to. This is so greedy, but I think you have to. Protect Articuno for sure. I think that's who he's fake outing. It sucks we're gonna lose our Sash for this. Yeah, that sucks. That's garbage that we lost our Sash there, but we had to. He actually Thunderbolted there. What? What? Well, you're just gonna let my Articuno do stuff? What a... I guess we just lose, chat. What the fuck? What? That's so dumb. We have to hit a double. We have to hit a double protect. Right, we have to go double protect. Have to. I don't even make the rules. And then we have to just go for a Giga Impact into the Zapdos. Wow. That was a weird play. And of course I don't get it. Zapdos is hard to deal with, man. I can't believe that was... Is that the right play, though? I guess fake out of the stat one's not bad. But then, like, you don't need to Thunderbolt it. You know? He ignored Articuno that was at +2. I don't think he was that far behind, you know? And I got static till now. Maybe I should have just went for the Giga Impact, you know? I could have just double protected that turn, had Stout one on the board. Next turn, hard switched out the Articuno for Cart. Block the Thunderbolt there, take a little bit of chip. But then, like, I have a really good board state still, you know? So, I guess there's a couple things I could have done differently, but I really think that, like, pulling the trigger and Thunderbolting, fake outing the Stoutland slot. I thought he would fake out the Stoutland and Thunderbolt the Articuno because he outspeeds. But, like, that play was a little bit too next level, I feel. A little bit too next level. We almost got him, right? We almost did it. Like, it's funny, with games like this, like, this team was made to be, like, a joke casual team. But, we are holding our own, right? We are holding our own, and I think that, like, yeah, we're taking a couple losses, but, like, remember, we're at, like, the top, like, 500, 600 on the ladder. So, like, it makes sense that, like, the players that are shooting for rank 1 at the very end of the season are going to be able to give us a lot of trouble. We've already talked about, like, Zapdos. Why didn't you just go for the Spore? Zapdos being an issue. What else was there? Like, Ghost Horse and other, like, fast ghosts can be a really big issue. Like, Stoutland was thick. Like, Stoutland wouldn't have gotten KO'd by that Thunderbolt, which is why I don't think it was the right idea. I'm going to hit someone. Actually, I almost want to say this. This is going to be really weird. It's possible I'll still outspeed that in Sim. We don't know its EV spread. If I crit the Surf, the Mungus probably can't hit me. I'm going for it. Rage Powder. I don't think he has any attacking moves. Ah, damn. Low roll it. Leave me at 1. Oh, I think we had him, though. I think we had him. I'm not even kidding. I don't think Amoonguss has any damaging attacks. Let's see if he procs a berry. Yeah, I would have procced the berry right there. He's vested. So it's like, no, he's not vested. I don't know what his item is. Maybe it's Shuka Berry, but, like, I think we had it, actually. If we would have lived that, Surf would have KO'd the Incineroar, and then Amoonguss doesn't have any damaging attacks, so we just would have went with a Giga Impact and won the game. So still, we lost, but, like, barely, just slightly lost. And that's fine with me. This guy's rank 10. Rank 10 in the world. How do I deal with rank 10 guy? Man, Grim. I'm really wishing that I put, like, Brick Break on this Dusclops instead of Bulldoze. Because, like, I can't ever get the TR up anyways. I wonder if that's, like, a Jan Sylveon. Probably Quick Attack, obviously, to go with the Moltres. Spectriker's so good against my team. There's something I actually want to try. I want to see if this will work. I really want to see if this will work. I want to try these two. And I want to see how much damage we do to Spectriker. And I want to try and play a defensive Articuno game and see if I can actually get some value out of it. I think you got to go Gigalith. As much as I want to go Cart, and as good as I think Cart is, I think that we have to... We're playing against someone that's ranked 10 in the world. So he's ranked 10 for a reason. This team he's using is probably really good. We've got screens potential, switcheroos, Thunder Waves, stuff like that from Grimmsnarl, even potential G-Max. Spectriker is also super good, has potential for Will-O-Wisp, gotta watch out for. That's one of the reasons why we're going with this lead. Moltres, super busted versus our squad, and we're gonna struggle versus that. Sylveon, if you want to go Sylveon Moltres, we can fake out the Sylveon to stop him from self-procking policy. Regieleki, we could potentially check by going with just the really big Grassy Glides, or even fake outs and things like that. And then his Rillaboom, we have a good matchup versus Rillaboom. So if he goes with a combination of, like, Regieleki, Rillaboom, we're in a good spot. But if he doesn't go that and he opens up with, like, a Spectriker, I want to see what will happen if I actually play a really defensive, like, Max Guard turn 1 Articuno and go for, like, a 2-shot with Grassy Glides. Oh, is this like one of those switcheroo Grim? Not switcheroo, like one of those weakness policy Grims? Either way, I think the right play is to just nuke the Grim this turn. Bruh, if I get Dynamaxed on with this Grim, I'm happy because that's dope. Good players do that. I think this has to be our only shot. Like I talked about how many different things he could do against us. I actually want to say we have a decent matchup versus Ghost Horse if we have the speed control. So if we can just fake out and deal with this Grim, like, right now, that'd be awesome. I'm really fearing of G-Max Grim here, though. Like, my spidey senses are tingling. Like, it looks like weakness policy Grim. We'll see, though. Alright, so it's not... We'll see if he fakes out right now. We'll know if he's the... Oh, cool. He's going to go down. So he is flinching. Cool. Sylveon can totally yawn my Articuno. I do not care. He just DC'd. I guess I'm just too good for him. Rank 10 player in the world? Rank 10 in the world? I guess we might just be too good for that guy. Or he's using some sort of weird glitch to get to rank 10. Because I think that's, I don't know. Or I won. This game should be over. I have the speed to outspeed a Spectriker. Like, he is go for the yawn, but, like, that doesn't help him. I would probably think about switching that Articuno out next turn and just dump that Sylveon. Alright, that last game didn't count. We gotta do one more. Clefairy. We meet the game. I think you have to go Articuno. Whenever you are susceptible to intimidate like our team is, you have to go with the Articuno. So we're gonna lead our Articuno, which I do like Articuno versus Mamoswine a lot. And then we want to probably lead Cart. I think Cart Articuno is actually just like a super good lead versus this guy. Because if you intimidate me, it's like, cool. You should intimidate this Kartana. You should bring your Incineroar to fight the Kartana. If you don't, oh, you're about to be big sad. And then probably just the Gigalith. And I really, really want my Rilla here. It's so good. I gotta do it. Do I even want the Gigalith then? Let's actually think about that. Like, do I even want it? Like, what does it do? No, I'll still do it. Because, like, Articuno can set the sand for Stoutland. That's, like, what I'm thinking about here. Now, let's try that. Stoutland. With no Gigalith. Relying on our Articuno to set the sand. Because, like, this Stoutland, it has a delete button in the form of Giga Impact. Rotom, gone. Clefairy, gone. Mamoswine, gone. Everything, Moltres, if not max mode, probably also gone. Surf probably does decent chip to his Kartana as well. We can after you our own teammates. Like, if I set, you gotta think about it like this. Setting the sand with Articuno while having Stoutland as a partner kind of makes it so, like, I have a Tailwind up if I want to go for it. So it's like damage plus Tailwind. It's like a super Airstream. So let's see what they're working with. Let's see what they want to lead with, and let's see if we can handle it. Let's see if they lead with that in Sin. I think that'd be crazy if they did. Alright, that's what I thought we were going to see, and I actually think this is a good lead for me. But let's see how I actually want to handle it. Because he wants to go after the Articuno. Like, the real question is, like, are you Airstreaming to make it so you outspeed next turn? Or are you going for the attack on the Articuno trying to pick up the KO? So you can bring out your Incin. That's what I think you're doing. So, like, I think the right play is probably just to go for... I mean, I'm probably just going to max guard it. Just to be that guy. So, like, even if you are Airstreaming for some weird-ass reason, you're not hitting my Articuno. And I'm just going to try and get the KO here. I think it might actually be a better idea. Like, force the redirection. Yeah, I'm good with that. So he forced the follow me here. If you switch in the Incin, Articuno super outspeeds you. The only thing that you can do to stop this is, like, Airstream, like, my cart slot. Ignore my Articuno, which you totally can do. I just doubt it, you know? I think there's a much higher chance of, like, follow me stuff. Like, follow me, hit the Articuno so you can bring your Incineroar in. And you shouldn't be Airstreaming, you should just be max Darknessing. But if you're max Darknessing my cart slot, that'd be funny. Yeah, we'll see what you're going for here. We're definitely maxing first, but we'll see. There's the follow me. Cool. I would love a KO here. I would love it. Let's see if we can pick up KO. Super! Almost effective. Nasty plot. Oh, dope. We lose nothing for this. I think the right play is actually to, like... We're definitely rock falling. But I think we just double into the Moltres this turn. He has the Friend Guard boost, and he's going to protect the Clefairy to try to preserve it as long as possible. And he can definitely go for, like, a Fiery Wrath, but it won't kill. We'll almost die, but we won't die. So, like, protect. Oh, he's just going for a single target. So he's probably going to go after the Articuno this turn, because it's Protect's on cooldown. And then loses Clefairy for it. He's also going to take a lot of damage with Moltres. And if he's Airstreaming, he won't pick up the KO on either of these, because we got the Sash card. Let's see if he's protecting, though. He still doesn't want to bring that Incineroar in yet. He's going to bring that Incineroar in immediately after Articuno's gone, though. Goes for the protect. It's the right play. We're not attacking it. We are ignoring it. Smart Strike, good damage. Yeah, that's good. Hey, that's good damage. I take those. Rockfall, even better damage. We take those. So we're going to give up another +2. Oh, we just gave him the +2. If we didn't give him the +2 there, I forgot he had friend guard. Otherwise, that would have done about like a lot more. That sucks. And we didn't airstream, so we can actually airstream me here. This is a mistake from me. He's a +5. Ugh. We could have ate the +2 one. Max Darkness in the Articuno, and he's gonna switch in the Incineroar next turn. So what do we want to bring out? Stoutland. It's time. It's time for our boy. It's one turn max. Do we want to get Stoutland right now, though? I think you actually bring the stout one out. He's gonna switch the Incin in. I know it. He's like, yes, double Intimidate. I've been waiting my whole life. Both of our mons still outspeed. And he's not gonna have the Friend Guard boost if he switches in the Incin. So like while we're intimidated, it's not like we won't do no damage. I have shots. Come on. That's right, let's go! The crit Stoutland always! The crit Stoutland always has my back. 100% crit chance Stoutland. How could I ever forsake you? What was he going for? I'll take a beast boost while we're young. You're out of Dynamax Mons. You're 2 Mons down. I still got my Rilla in the back. I'm currently recovering from, what is it? I'm currently recharging with my boy. But, Stoutland busted. Remember, Gigalith isn't in this game. You have your own cart? Okay. And Sin, right? Oh, it's Rotom. Bro. I think we just hit the Rotom, right? Because if you're ally switching, you're not hitting my cart. And if you're protecting, you're not hitting my cart. You hit your cart with my cart with your cart, but like, yeah, that's fine. And he's gonna hit, like, who are you hitting though? You better be hitting my Sacred Sword. Cool, cool. So we're gonna put on speed ties, huh? Play a little bit of speed tie game. What if I told you we're not gonna play a speed tie game? And I'm just gonna win. What if I told you that we have the after you? Is he gonna see this coming? The protect's on cooldown. Is he gonna ally switch me? Does he have protect and ally switch like an absolute legend? We need to get this Rotom off the board, so he's not. Let's go. We take those. Where are you looking, Rotom? Where are you looking? And I have a bad time dealing with that guy's cart back there. And he's gonna need a beast boost. But like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I could fake out it. He's the Sacred Sword. He has KO potential on my Stoutland. I think, I almost want to say I still think we can do it. I have Rilla in the back, which is not amazing. Versus a +1 cart. You know what? I'm still happy with the way this turned out. I'm still happy. Think he has protect on that thing? It's probably vested, right? So like we go fake out Giga, crit our Giga again. This is gonna do like 30%, right? Probably better to just use Surf. I'm not even kidding. If he has protect, we probably lose. All right, cool, cool. Because we need to like stick this damage. It's important. Giga. Oh no! The Sandstorm's over too. That hurts. Chat, it hurts me. It hurts me to see that. We have to protect. He's totally going after that Stoutland slot. And let's see how much damage we actually do. Like, let's think about this. Grassy Glide, in terrain, stab. So 35. Like, is this stronger? Thanks to I have the Rose Incense too. It's 4th though. I actually think it's actually just stronger to use this. It's not. It's stronger to use Grassy Glide. Thanks to the item. All the damage multipliers. Let's see if we can bait him. Stoutland, the master of baits. That doesn't do shit. Ugh. Blocked though. Do we need to go for a double? Is there like anything we could do here? Like at all? If I had like knock off, that'd be dope. I just don't. I have to go for a double. I want to see how much damage U-turn does. I don't think we got it though, chat. I think Rillaboom was a mistake. If we had Gigalith here, we'd have shots. Let's go for the double, Stoutland. Show me the double. Never lucky. I wanted to know how much that Giga Impact would have done. At least we'll get to see how much damage U-turn does. With Stoutland though, anything's possible. Yeah, I should have probably went after his cart when I saw that Rotom. Oh, U-turn does a lot more. I'm just an idiot. I still don't think we could have done it. I mean, if we would have went fake out, hit the Giga, and then the U-turn, we might have actually been able to do it. Because, like, it's totally possible. But I don't think we got it anymore. I want to see how much. I want to see if he can one-shot me. He has Aerial Ace too. Yeah, that's why, like, he totally has the one-shots. Oh, he doesn't even get the KO. Yeah, we would have had this game if we hit the Giga Impact. But you know what? Stoutland's crit quite a few times. You can't even be mad at him for not pulling it out. Yeah, we have like one more like Grassy Glide too. So if we would have actually, we could have even still had it if we U-turned first instead of going for like Grassy Glide first. Because like look how much damage we'd have him at. That's totally enough damage. If U-turn's doing that much, like that's totally enough for a Giga Impact. So I'm gonna chalk this one up to I totally had him the whole time. And I want to say thank you guys for watching this team. Like I said, this team's a little bit of a fun, casual team, but we've been playing on the super highest echelon of ranked. And hopefully you guys like the video. Think about commenting if you haven't left your comment yet, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.